Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I just finished filming a first impressions review of the Maybelline Better Skin Super Stay Foundation, and I didn't feel like being sneaky and changing my clothes and my lipstick color to make it look like I filmed these on different days. So I'm just letting you guys know, a little disclaimer, yes, these were filmed at the exact same time. So today's video is going to be all about my eyelash extension experience. I'm basically going to be telling you the story from start to finish, what happened, and I guess if you guys are interested, then just go ahead and keep on watching. Also, the sun keeps on coming in and out, so if the lighting changes throughout this video, then I am sorry about that. So before I start the story, I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of background about me. The first thing that I wanna mention is that I am allergic to a lot of mascaras, and it drives me crazy because my eyes get very swollen to the point where I can't even open them sometimes. It's really ugly looking, doesn't look good, and then the healing process takes about a week. My skin gets very dry and scaly, and it just looks really just not cute for a week after the reaction calms down. I did get a prescription medication for instances when I do get an allergic reaction. It's a topical cream that kind of counteracts the swelling that's going on, so that does help. But a lot of the time I am nervous to try out new mascaras because I don't know how my eyes are going to react. They are very sensitive, and I think that there is a dye in a lot of mascaras that I am very sensitive to. Even though some of them don't give me a really bad allergic reaction, my eyes do still get red from wearing mascara every single time that I do wear it. So if you guys ever see that my eyes are kind of red in my tutorials, a lot of the time it's because my eyes are very sensitive to the products that I'm using. Eyeliner, black eyeliner, can't put it in my waterline. It hurts my eyes like crazy. It dries them out. They start itching. They get very red and irritated. A lot of the time liquid eyeliner burns my eyes and I can't use them. Same thing, mascara, even if I'm not allergic to them, like I said, my eyes still get a little bit itchy and irritated. Any cranberry color or red color eyeshadows really irritate my eyes, like they kill. So anytime that I do any sort of tutorial with red tones in the eyeshadows, I always have to rinse it off instantly after because my eyes get bloodshot. They get so irritated. As well, I am allergic to latex, so a lot of eyelash glue I actually cannot use on my eyes, so I have to use a latex-free eyelash glue. I use the one from House of Lashes. So my eyes are very sensitive. So I wanted to get eyelash extensions to make my life easier, especially because my eyes just get red no matter what products I put on them. So I wanted to kind of get rid of that issue by getting lash extensions, but I was nervous about the glue that they use and those little pads that they put on your lower eyelashes to hide them while they're doing the upper ones. A lot of the time, the adhesive on that contains latex, and I was nervous to kind of test that out to see if my eyes would react. So I did a lot of research, I called around, and eventually I decided on going to BlinkBar. So I made an appointment, called them, I asked them if they have any latex in the glue that they actually put the eyelashes on with, and they said no, their glue formula is latex free. So I was like, awesome, sounds good. But they said that the pads that they use to hide the lower lashes at their place does contain a very small amount of latex, but it shouldn't be enough to irritate my eyes. Fine. So I booked my appointment. I was so excited. The style that I got at the time was called Bet You Can't Tell, and the style of the lash just kind of flicks out in the outer corner because my natural lashes in the outer corner of my eye grow kind of straight and inward, so I wanted something that was a little bit more flirty and would curl outward in the end to give more of a cat-like shape to my eyes, to open them up as well. And I had them do the lashes pretty much the same length as my natural ones because I do have pretty long natural lashes. I just wanted more fullness, and then the outer corner to kind of flip out a little bit. So now they're actually calling it boho on the website. I'm not sure why they changed their names on the menu, but it cost $120. So I book my appointment, I show up, I get there, and they take me into one of the stations. You lie down on a bed, head back obviously, and then your lashtician starts to ask you questions about what you want your lashes to look like, and she said that she was going to go ahead and do a couple test pieces to see if I like how it's looking, the length and everything like that, and then she would continue and do the rest of them. So the first thing that they do is they kind of wipe your eyes, they take off any excess oil in the area to make sure that the glue is sticking, and also to get rid of any makeup that might be left over. You really want to make sure that the lash that they're sticking on with the glue is going onto your natural lash with no extra product on it, leftover mascara, eyeliner, anything like that, because you want to give the lash its best chance for staying for a long period of time, because they are expensive and getting a fill is expensive as well. And you want to make sure that your lashes last. So then what she did was she put the tape on my lower lashes to hide them while she was working on my upper ones. And at first it felt very cooling and I was like, okay, that's fine, whatever. It felt very wet for some reason. And then she started to apply the individual test lashes. And I started to feel a bit of a stinging. So I asked her, is it normal that I'm feeling a little bit of burning? And she said, yes, that is normal. So she continued. I told her, yeah, I like how it's looking, and she continued to do the rest of my lashes. So there were a couple of points throughout the hour that she was applying the lashes that my eyes were really burning. She had me, I think, open my eyes towards the end to make sure that nothing was sticking and she didn't miss any areas. And when I opened my eyes for the first time, I guess, I don't know what liquid it was. I don't know if it was like glue from the lashes or some sort of liquid from the pads underneath my lower lashes, but something got into my eyes and they burned so bad. Like, they were burning throughout the process of her putting on the lashes, but she said it was normal, so I didn't think too much of it. But when I opened my eyes, oh my God, they hurt. They literally hurt. But again, I thought that that was normal. Your eyes are just a little bit irritated from the glue because it's not used to having it, whatever. So I ended up really loving how my lashes looked. I really liked it, but my eyes were just burning me and they were so irritated. So after she was completely finished, I was like, okay, we're done. Fine. My eyes were very watery because they were burning and they were feeling very sensitive. And I was starting to get a little bit nervous. I was like, okay, great. I'm reacting really badly to the minuscule amount of latex in the bottom pads. I get in the car and I'm starting to drive home and my eyes start literally spazzing in pain. And thank God I do carry eye drops with me because my eyes are so nitpicky and annoying and they hurt all the time. They're red, they're itchy, they're dry, whatever. So I have eye drops with me pretty much all the time. So I put a couple of eye drops in and I can't even explain to you how badly it hurt to put eye drops into my eyes. And I made sure to ask her, am I allowed to put eye drops in my eyes? Because I knew that I wasn't allowed to get the lashes wet. I asked her, can I put eye drops in my eyes? She said yes. So I used them. It hurt so badly. I literally had to pull over because I couldn't open my eyes. It killed. And they were starting to get so dry, I couldn't even close my eyes. So I kept on putting eye drops in every hour and they were just killing me. I can't even explain to you how painful it felt. So I figured, okay, maybe by tomorrow the irritation will go down, it'll be fine. So went to sleep, woke up the next day and my eyes were red. And I'm not talking about the usual redness that I get from my eyes. No, it was like veins of red in my lower parts of my eyes. Like when I looked up to the ceiling, you could really see it and it was scary. It looked really creepy. So I went to the doctor because I was freaking out. I didn't know what to do. It was clearly an irritation and I don't want to mess with my eyes. That's kind of scary. So I went straight away to see if I can get some sort of prescription eye drops to help the situation. They didn't really know what was going on over there at the doctor. They were just like, use eye drops. Here's a specific brand that you could try. And it's just an irritation. It'll go away within a couple of days. So at this point, I'm in pain. I can barely open my eyes. My eyes are red. They look really creepy looking. And I am just so upset because I just wanted to love my lashes. Like, I loved how they looked, but they were just so painful. And I was like, okay, I don't know how worth it this is. So after that first night, I woke up the next day and I just had a horrible headache for some reason. And then the next day I had a headache. And the next day I had a headache. So for about 4 or 5 days in a row after I got my lashes on, I had the worst headache. Everything was spinning all the time and my head was pounding, throbbing. And I think it was because these lashes were literally poking at the base of my lash line and it was really irritating my eyes, and also the irritation on the lower lash line and the like bloodshot situation going on my actual eyeball inside the lower part. I think that my eyes were so irritated by the situation that I was getting a headache and I couldn't get rid of it. Even when I took Advil, it wasn't helping. So anyways, the next day I could finally wash my face and I was like, okay, maybe getting some nice fresh clean water in my eyes will help. They were still irritated, they were still red, they were still in pain. So I went into the shower and I just washed my face I didn't rub the lashes because you don't want to rub them. You just want to be very gentle with them because you don't want to accidentally be pulling them out. And it did feel good to get some water on them. But when the lashes got wet, I guess because they're synthetic, they felt so pokey. Like they started to poke my eyes, like they were sharp and pretty painful. And when I went to go and kind of like rub my eyes very gently, they were pushing into my eyeball. I don't know how to explain it. It was just not comfortable. And when I went to go wash my face, they felt like plastic. It felt like plastic was on my eyes. It didn't feel natural. It didn't feel soft. It was very just rough. I can't really, I don't know how to explain that feeling, but when they dried, they were fine. And then when I went to go brush them out, a bunch of them fell out and I started freaking out because I'm like, they shouldn't be falling out so quickly. So I was a little bit upset. And then every single day when I would go and brush them out very gently with the spoolie, a couple of them would fall. Every time I washed my eyes, a bunch of them would fall out. They were just falling out a lot. Like it wasn't just one here and there. It was, I would brush my eyelash and 3 of them would be on the little spoolie that they give you to brush them out. And I was very gentle with them. So then my eyes started to get very irritated because they started to really just continuously poke my eyes. It wasn't just when they were wet. They were just always feeling pokey in my eyes, and I don't know, I just always felt something like scratching. So after about 4 or 5 days of this headache and this irritation, I started to kind of just rub the lashes very gently to try and start like just taking them out on my own. And after I got the majority of the lashes off myself by damaging actually a lot of my natural lashes, but thank God I have a lot of lashes so it didn't look ridiculous, but I definitely did take out a lot of my natural lashes as I was pulling on them because I was just in so much pain and I wanted them off. I got an email from BlinkBar asking me how my experience was, and I told them every single thing that went on and what happened, and they told me, we're so sorry to hear about all of this, please come in and we will remove the remaining lashes for you and issue you a full refund. So I was so grateful that they did this for me. I was not expecting it. I was so pleasantly surprised with their customer service team. They really made me feel very appreciative and they made me feel like they cared about me and my experience, and most companies don't. They don't care what happens to you after. You even sign a waiver making sure that you don't have any allergies and all that stuff. I made sure to let them know though that I did have a latex allergy. They said that it shouldn't have been a problem, but then it ended up being a problem. And they said they were so sorry and they issued me a refund. So I really love everybody that worked at BlinkBar. Everybody was very sweet, accommodating. They really make you feel welcome and at home. They offer you water when you get there. It was a really awesome environment, and I'm really upset that it didn't work out for me specifically because my eyes were just way too sensitive for them. But I just wanted to let you guys know my experience because a lot of people were asking me. So for me, I would love to get lashes again, but my eyes are too sensitive, I think, to get them. And also, if I were to get them again, I would not get the synthetic mink lashes because they were very rough feeling. I would want to get something a little bit more natural like the silk or the real mink, but those are also very expensive per set. So I don't know how realistic that is, but I would want something that felt a little bit more natural because those poked the absolute crap out of my eyes. I did also try the Ardell individual lash starter kit, whatever it's called, where you kind of like do your own eyelash extensions at home and they give you a stronger glue in the kit. Don't buy it, it doesn't work. I put the lashes on, first of all, it took forever. They looked very thick on the lash band because they were kind of clusters of individual lashes, and you see that little like ball that's holding them all together at the base. And it just looked very thick, and then literally the next day all of them just fell out. Like half of them were all over my pillow. Like I went to go touch my eye and they would just fall out, and it was just a mess, not worth the money. So I would not recommend that. I don't really know what a good solution is for me at this point because I don't want to have to wear mascara. but eyelash extensions are just not for me. So if you guys have any suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. So that is it for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it and found it very informative and helpful. If you have any questions, then feel free to leave them in the comment section below, and I will try to answer as many of them as possible. Also, if you want to share your experience, if it was similar, if it was different, you can go ahead and leave that down there as well. And if you guys did enjoy today's video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos, and I will see you in my next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.